Buddy Martin Show. I'm Tyler Corley here once again with Toombs County High School head coach Buddy Martin. Coach Martin in the semifinals for the first time in school history. Super exciting stuff. We're going to play Dublin this Friday. But first, before we discuss all of that, let's talk about last week's game against Elbert County and how you felt about that, and then some of the things that have been going on with the team this week.
Yeah, I mean, I thought our guys, it was a phenomenal game. Great atmosphere. Our fans showed out and they showed up, and there's a lot going on. You think that Fridays, Thanksgiving holidays, it was cold. Georgia Tech were playing, and we still had a great crowd, great turnout there to support us. So we're very thankful for that. Thought our guys, prepared well during the week. We knew that Elbert County was going to be a tough opponent. Probably a little misleading for some people because they were in that same region with Commerce, and they were, Commerce beat them. Elbert was the second seed. Mm-hmm. But when you really get to looking at it, they played Commerce during the hurricane. It was that hurricane week, and they didn't play Friday. They kind of rushed it and played Saturday. You talk to Elbert's coach. In hindsight, he wished he would have waited and played that open week like we did with Swainsboro, that extra week. Because they got hit more with the hurricane than Commerce did. So there's just some things there. But when you look at their team, they're very, very talented, very athletic, had good size. They really, the way they two platoons, so they don't have any guys playing both ways, and had a lot of kids on their team. Their coaching staff did a really good job. Just a lot of respect for how they do things. But just knew that it was going to be a tough matchup. I mean. That quarterback I thought was a really good player. Knew he was going to get some things with his legs, running, and he'd be tough to tackle. And they had a few receivers that were injured that I think if we're healthy, they're a different team. Mm-hmm. But I thought our guys prepared well. That they've been locked in, and that's one thing you kind of try to gauge with your team when you're, when you're making a deep playoff run is how they are mentally, how they are physically. Physical health's a big thing, but also mentally. You don't want them mentally tired. You don't want them frustrated. You don't want them discouraged. You don't want them, because it's a long season. And our guys have done a really good job handling, practice each day, handling us, challenging them to be at their best, to try to get better each week, and they've done a great job with it. But I thought we started the game behind. Had some miscues, just weren't hitting on things offensively, had some mistakes defensively, and they capitalized on it and kicked a field goal, and then we went down and scored, and then they scored, and it was it was 3-0, then so we were down there at two different times, and which I think was a good place to be in. Everybody. Coach, that was the first time we've been down in the playoffs, and I think it was a great place for our team to be in. Just to, you're going to play good football teams. You're going to be down again this week at some point. You're going to be down again next week at some point if you continue to play. It's just the nature of the game, and teams are talented and they got players that are going to make plays. But I was proud of our guys just for continuing the fight, continuing to kind of come together there and overcome that adversity early. And then kind of get on track, and we had some guys that just had phenomenal games. TJ had a great second quarter and second half. He had a great first quarter. Just just the timing was off on some of those throws, and we started hitting and connecting. And Gonza had a big game offensively, defensively. Mike Polk, he's one probably that stood out. With an interception and a scoop and score and a kickoff return. Down to the 3 or 4 yard line, which is a huge play. Some big catches offensively to move the chains, and Gavin Fletcher has some big plays, and offensive line, they stacked the box to try to take away our run game. Offensive line had to fight their tails off all night to protect the quarterback and to get what little we could in the run game, and so I was proud. I thought our kicking game executed really well. So I was proud of thankful for that adversity, being in that situation. Kind of hadn't been in that situation really since Savannah Christian. So it was good to be in that again and to overcome it this time and go win. And so really good, really proud of our guys from the game last Friday.
What are some things that are going on this week? I know we have National Signing Day coming up. All that kind of stuff. So what are you guys focusing? I mean, I know you're focusing on practice, but what is happening outside of practice this week with the team?
Yeah, I mean, kind of two things. I mean, we got National Signing Day today, which is an exciting day. We've got three Division I guys that are signing today, which, is phenomenal. I don't care what school you're at, what level you're at. It's phenomenal to have three that are signing on the early signing day. Lagonza Hayward, Mike Polk, and TJ Stanley, and we're going to celebrate those guys in the auditorium at 1 o'clock, and that'll be a fun. It's just fun to get up there. And I was laying in bed thinking about it. You get those guys up there, I might want to cancel it. Hey, let's not sign. Let's try to bring them back another year. But the thing that I'm most proud of when I think of those three guys is just their character, how they've handled themselves, how I've seen them grow. That's the fun part of coaching. You know that when you're coaching your guys and girls, it's just fun to watch them grow and mature. With football, well, really any coach, you spend so much time with them that you just develop a unique relationship with them. And those guys have led our team. They've been consistent. It's a fun celebration, but it also you kind of a little bit, emotional, sad, however you want to call that. Just that we're not done yet, but their time here is coming to an end, and we're excited about their next chapter. But we got a job to finish here with our season. The other thing I just wanted to highlight was the all-region team was released, and that's all the head coaches in the region come together and meet, and it's voted on by all the coaches. So it's not just Coach Martin saying, hey, put this guy on there, put this guy on there. It's the coaches voting about it, and we had an unprecedented amount of players. The region player of the year, overall player of the year for the whole region is TJ Stanley. And then we had a number of guys, first team offense, Mike Polk, Gavin Fletcher, Davin Wadley, and Maurice Oglesby. First team defense, Hayden Bullard, Hayden Roy, MJ Burton, Lagonza Hayward, and Alex Scott. Second team, all region, Justice Wiles, DJ Jordan, Kareem Palmer, Nemo Scott, Dion Moore, and Aiden Stokes. And then honorable mention all region, Dontarius Mincy, Augustus Underwood, Brody Benton, RJ Langston, Zaylin Davis, Jamarcus Johnson, and Slade McDonald. I mean, you're talking, what is that, 20-something guys to be recognized, and not just by the guys that are coaching them that know what they do and what they bring every day, but by all the coaches in the region. And, I tell our guys this all the time, and that's an awesome list, and that's a lot of guys, but there's a lot more that maybe you don't see out there making plays on Friday night yet. The guys that show up every day and work hard, and that's what makes a program. That's what allows you to go out and practice the way we do, and get reps and have guys that are fresh and have guys that are ready to play by having young guys that maybe aren't getting out there on Fridays that are putting in the work right now, and but just proud of those guys for their accomplishment. Proud of the guys that are signing today, but proud of our whole team just for the way they've locked in and continue to work.
Looking forward to this Friday semifinal matchup, first semifinal appearance for the Toombs County Bulldogs. We're going up to the Shamrock Bowl to take on Dublin. Roger Holmes has been there for a really long time, has ran a good program for a really long time. This has been a year of firsts for us in a lot of ways, and a very special year, and so we have the opportunity to do one more. We've never beaten Dublin before. So let's go up there and take care of that Friday night. But what are you guys working on in practice this week? What are you seeing in film, and what are you looking forward to this Friday?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, he's a phenomenal coach. He's a guy that I look up to. It didn't take me long to figure out who he was when I moved to Georgia 9 years ago. They do a great job. We've looked at a lot of some of the things we do at practice, the way we practice, I learned from watching Dublin practice. So there's just a lot of things a lot of wisdom there from him, and he's got a great coaching staff, and they've got a talented football team. They've always got athletes, and they always coach them up really well. So and the Shamrock Bowl is not an easy place to go play. I mean, so we're excited, but man, that's what you want this time of year. I mean, you want the opportunity to go play, and the name of the game, the playoffs, is you do whatever it takes to go get it done, to survive and advance to the next one. And so, we told our guy, we talked to our team about this quite a bit as we get into the playoffs. We talk about it through the season, just with the nature of sometimes how hyped up the Vidalia game gets. It's the next game. We didn't come in here Monday and have some new practice plan or some new offense or something. Man, we're going to do these drills this week because this is what's going to help us win. We're going to get the same formula. We're going to show up Monday. We're going to be locked in Monday. It ain't about Dublin's the opponent and we got a scheme to stop them and beat them and execute. But it's not about them. It's about us being the best we can be. It's about us locking in each day. It's about us being good teammates. It's about us being the best men that we can be today, and that's what our focus has been on. That's what it'll continue to be on. And we've had a phenomenal 2 days of practice. I think our guys are locked in and ready. So we're excited about the matchup, excited about the challenge, excited about the opportunity to go over there and play a really good football team in a really great atmosphere on a really big night.
It's going to be cold. So how do you guys prepare for that when you go out there? I know it was cold last Friday, but it's going to be colder this Friday. So
yeah, I mean, I think it's, fortunately it's cold right now at practice. So, it was cold Monday, it was cold Tuesday. It's going to be even colder out there today. But, I think so it's good to get out and practice in it, kind of acclimate yourself to it. But, at the end of the day, it's cold for us, it's cold for them. And you got to go. You got to do the job. At the end of practice yesterday, we called everybody up and I asked them what's the temperature right now. And then, some of the guys are saying stuff. Some of the coaches are looking up. I said, I don't care what the temperature is. I hope it's snowing Friday. And then some of the kids are like, it's going to be snow. No, it's not going to be snowing. But the point is, it's cold. It's going to be cold. Let's quit talking about how cold it is and let's lock in and go do our job. So that's the playoffs. You're going to get in one of those Friday nights. It's going to be cold. It's going to be wet. It's not going to be the ideal conditions. And the team that can overcome that and fight through it, this team's going to be successful.
That's right. And you win this week, and next week you get to play indoors. So
ideal conditions.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
So, but anyway, get yourself to the Shamrock Bowl this Friday. $16 only on GoFans. Show up 7:30 kickoff, semifinal matchup in the Shamrock Bowl against the Dublin Fighting Irish. Until next time, this has been the Buddy Martin Show. Thank you, and go Dogs.
Go Dogs.